The commander of the Russian Volunteer Corps, RDK, Denis Kapustin, also known as White Rex, made his first statement after his so-called elimination. He stated that the reports of his elimination were part of a special operation by the main intelligence directorate of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine. He also announced belated New Year's gifts, which, according to him, RDK supporters and comrades will receive in the near future.
The dust has settled a bit, and I finally have the opportunity to tell all of you that it was both very touching and sad for me to read your messages to me as if I had died.
He noted that he did not expect such a wide response and support, emphasizing that he never sought public fame. Kapustin also apologized to those whose New Year's holidays may have been spoiled by the news of his death, and confirmed that he works for the main intelligence directorate of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine. The main intelligence directorate of Ukraine carried out a multi-stage special operation during which Russian special services were convinced of the staged elimination of the commander of the Russian Volunteer Corps, Denis Kapustin, and paid about $500,000 for it. At the end of December 2025, Ukrainian and Russian media reported information about the alleged death of Kapustin in the Zaporizhia direction during a combat mission. The reports were accompanied by a video showing a burning minivan which, according to the story, was hit by an FPV drone. A second drone supposedly recorded the aftermath of the strike. Already on January 1, 2026, the main intelligence directorate of the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense revealed the details of the operation. Denis Kapustin is alive, and the assassination was carefully staged as part of a disinformation operation. According to Ukrainian intelligence, those who ordered the hit believed the story and paid in full for the completed job. Former SBU officer Ivan Stupak noted that the standard fee paid by Russian special services for eliminating Ukrainian military personnel or intelligence officers usually ranges from $7,000 to $50,000. However, in this case, the amount was significantly higher due to the status of the target, RDK commander Kapustin, whom Russian dictator Vladimir Putin considers a personal enemy. The Russian Ministry of Internal Affairs has once again put the founder of the Russian Volunteer Corps, Denis Kapustin, on the wanted list. Kapustin first appeared in the Ministry of Internal Affairs database in 2023. In Russia, he was sentenced in absentia to life imprisonment for state treason and terrorism in connection with the case of the Ukrainian armed forces incursion into the Bryansk region.
To support the story about the death of the commander of the Russian Volunteer Corps, Denis Vaitrex Kapustin, a video was created showing a drone destroying a bus in which he was allegedly present. This was reported by the main intelligence directorate of the Ministry of Defense, reminding that this was done to preserve the life of the RVC commander as part of Timur's special unit of the GUR and to expose the enemy's agent network. Military intelligence officers carried out a complex multi-stage special operation during which Kapustin's death was staged.
To support the cover story, a video was created showing the work of two strike drones. The first drone flew into the minibus where Kapustin was located. The second recorded the aftermath of the strike, the burning vehicle.
The GUR says that the masterminds of the crime within the Russian special services believed the video provided and paid the Ukrainian intelligence officers for the job, $500,000. On December 27, 2025, information appeared about the death of the founder and commander of the RDK, Denis Vaitrex Kapustin, in the Zaporizhia direction. According to the RDK statement, the defender of Ukraine died while carrying out a mission as a result of an enemy FPV drone strike. On January 1, 2026, the GUR reported that RDK commander Kapustin was alive. It was noted that Russia's operation to eliminate him had been thwarted. The head of the GUR, Kirilo Budanov, personally announced that Kapustin is alive and that his assassination had been ordered by Russian intelligence services who allocated funds for the crime. $500,000.
I am truly pleased that the significant money received, which was intended for ordering your assassination, ultimately went to support our collective noble struggle.
It was reported that as a result of a complex special operation by the GUR, which lasted more than a month, the life of RDK commander Kapustin was saved, whom the Russian dictator Vladimir Putin considers his personal enemy. Additionally, the circle of individuals who ordered the crime within the Russian intelligence services, as well as the perpetrators, has been identified.
On New Year's, the Russian special services found out they've been left empty-handed. The main intelligence directorate announced a sensational piece of news the day before. The commander of the Russian Volunteer Corps, Denis Kapustin, whom the Russians had targeted for assassination, is actually alive. And the money allocated for his elimination was instead used to strengthen the special units of Ukraine's main intelligence directorate. More about our intelligence officers' operation in the following report.
On the night of December 27th, a message appeared on the Telegram channel of the Russian Volunteer Corps announcing the death of the unit's commander, Denis Kapustin, also known as White Rex or Denis Nikitin. It stated that he had allegedly died as a result of an FPV drone strike in the Zaporizhia direction while carrying out a combat mission. The Corps Command promised to release more details later, noting that the circumstances of the incident are still being clarified. And on December 30th, a statement from Chief of Staff Alexander Fortuna appeared on the RDK page.
Detailed information, including the date and place of the farewell, will be published later on the official RDK resources. I want to specifically point out the following. After Denis's death, a large number of scammers became active, organizing unauthorized fundraisers supposedly to help the family or the Corps.
However, already on January 1st, the main intelligence directorate releases a sensational video announcing Denis Kapustin is alive, and the information about his death was part of a multi-stage special operation. It lasted for over a month and made it possible not only to save the life of the RDK commander, but also to identify everyone involved in planning this crime.
We carried out a series of measures to prevent the enemy from eliminating the commander of the Russian Volunteer Corps, Denis Kapustin. During our operations, we identified the group of individuals who ordered this crime on behalf of the Russian Special Services, as well as the perpetrators.
According to the Defense Intelligence of Ukraine, the order and attempted assassination of the RVC commander, who is fighting against the occupiers as part of the Timur Special Unit, came from the Special Services of the Russian Federation. The Russians allocated $500,000 for his elimination.
Our side received the corresponding sum of money that was allocated by the Russian Special Services to carry out this crime. As of now, the RVC commander is on the territory of Ukraine and is preparing to continue carrying out his assigned tasks.
Denis Kapustin himself confirmed all RVC units continue to carry out combat and special missions, and he is ready to keep commanding the Corps.
As of now, as of January 1st, 2026, all units of the Russian Volunteer Corps, as part of the Special Unit Timur, continue to carry out tasks in the areas and directions you have designated. My temporary absence in no way affected the quality or success of the combat missions being carried out. I am ready to head out to the area of operations and continue commanding the RVC units.
The head of the main intelligence directory of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine, Kirilo Budanov, congratulated the RVC commander briefly and with humor.
First of all, Mr. Denis, let me congratulate you, as they say, on your return to life. That's always, I suppose, a pleasant playing.
Cheers.
Yes. I'm glad that the money received, let's say, for ordering your elimination, ended up helping our struggle. So I wish us all, and you personally, success.
The Russian Volunteer Corps was formed in 2022 by people from the Russian Federation who stood up to defend Ukraine against Russian aggression. The unit took part in combat operations in the Zaporizhia, Liman, and Avdiivka directions, as well as in the border regions of Russia. The founder and commander of the RVC, Denis Kapustin, openly advocates for the overthrow of the regime in the Kremlin and was sentenced in absentia to life imprisonment in Russia. The RVC is also known for persuading captured Russian soldiers to switch sides to Ukraine, with some of them joining the ranks of the Russian Volunteer Corps. Kapustin stated that commanders of Ukrainian units contact him when Russian prisoners of war express a desire to switch to Ukraine's side. Elena Taliolova, Fikna State.